In this video, we're going to cover the primary steps to take in order to send out your first successful phishing campaign. It's important to authorize your company's domain from your managed target domains. You can add your company's domain by clicking this Add button, adding your domain, and click Add. You'll want to send this verification to yourself or to another team member with this domain, so fill in the first part of your email address here and click Send Verification Email. You will receive an email that looks like this, and you'll have to click on this link to authorize your domain. After clicking the one-time verification link within the email, your domain status will be authorized, and you'll see that here in your portal. Any status that says awaiting authorization means that you will not be able to send a campaign to your domain. Authorizing your domain gives us permission to send phishing simulations into your environment. So it's very important to make sure that your domain is authorized before sending any campaigns or tests to your team. Next, let's go to Targets and Groups and Manage Groups to create a group of targets. Targets are your end users that are imported onto the platform and receiving phishing simulations. I'm going to go over to Create Group, and we're going to name the group. Here's where you'll select how you're going to import your targets. We have various integration options that you can use to sync your targets into the platform, such as Azure, Okta, Google Workspace. You can also import manually using a CSV file. We're going to click Create Group, and this is where it asks you to choose that CSV file. The only requirements for a CSV file is the first name, last name, and email address of each target. You would choose your file here from your desktop and then click Review Import. To get your first phishing campaign out, you might just be sending to a few people within your team, so you can add those individually here as single targets. All that is required is their email address. It is also recommended to add their first and last name, and you'll see that there are already going to be added to this testing group. Once that information is added in the fields, click Add Target. Now you'll have a group of targets ready to be added on a phishing campaign. Now let's choose the template we want to use for our phishing simulation. Let's go to Templates and Template Library. Here is where you can browse and choose which template you'd like to use. So when you decide on a template for your first phishing simulation, you want to make sure that you click the button Get Here. This brings you into the template editor. You have the option to edit and customize anything within the content body or email settings over here. You can also see that this simulation includes a landing page and a training page. So, if they were to click within the link of this main phishing email, they get sent to this landing page where they can enter information and click Submit. That click will then bring them to this training page. And that's how you can preview this template. If you make any of your own edits to the template, make sure you click Save up here. But you don't have to make any edits if you don't want to. When you click that Get button, those templates live here now under Manage Templates. This is sort of like your personal library of templates that you add from the main library to your own. As you can see, here's the template that we just added, and the domain used on that template is this employee-center.net. Be mindful of each domain used on templates that you're sending out to your teams, because this domain will need to be safe listed in your environment. The next step is to make sure that you safe list the domain and the IP addresses. Here is a list of primary IP addresses to safe list. Safe listing all of our server addresses is important to improve deliverability of system emails, phishing simulations, landing and training pages. So whether your email client is Microsoft or Google, you'll want to add all of these IP addresses in your environment for safe listing to bypass quarantine and spam filters. So once you've verified your company's domain, created a group by adding your targets, selected your template, safe listed our IP addresses in your environment, and safe listed the domain used on the template you chose for the campaign, you're ready to create your campaign. So let's go to Tests, Campaigns, and Create Campaign. We're going to choose Phishing Campaign, Save and Next. We're going to name our campaign and select our group from here. For your first campaign, These other settings are fine if they stay as is, but you do have options such as changing the frequency, start date and time, tracking activity, and the sending options here. But we're only going to change the date and time to be a specific time that is best for your team to receive this test, and you can track the activity for how long this campaign can be acted on and reported on as far as reported actions. So what that means, if we have this set for 1 week, the campaign will track any behavior such as opens, clicks for up to 1 week, and you'll be able to see those actions on your reports for 1 week. Actions taken after 1 week will not be shown on reports, but you can customize this to maybe doing 3 days. You have the options here to choose however long you'd like this campaign to track action behaviors on. Here are the sending options where you can choose if all the emails will be sent immediately to everyone at the same time, or the second option can send on a drip schedule. So sending maybe 1 email per target over, instead of 1 day, 3 days. That way, not everybody will receive the email at the same time, and it would be dripped out randomly. So for the sake of just testing your users for the first time with your first simulation, it's fine to just keep frequency as a one-time phishing campaign, choosing your start date and time, choosing your tracking activity, defaulted to 1 week, and defaulting to send to everyone immediately. We'll click Save and Next onto the templates where you'll choose which template you'd like to be selected for this campaign. So we went in and this is the baseline direct deposit banking info template that we added earlier. So we're going to click Add here. All of the templates that you added to your Manage Template section live here when you're creating a campaign. So you'll have your whole gallery here of your own personal templates that you added, and you can choose from here when you're setting up the campaign. So we know we wanted to go ahead and choose the one from the top, and we clicked Add, and it's now here under our templates selected for this test. Save and Next. This page you can review everything before you click Finish. So we know which domains this test is being sent to. This will be your company's domain that we already authorized. You'll be able to see who we're sending this to, and we selected our test group. The test details, so this is where we selected date and time, when it's sending out immediately or over a drip schedule, and how long it's being tracked to with the dates here. Template dropdown will show this is the template we chose, and this is the right domain that we already safe listed in our environment. So we know that when we send this test out and this is already safe listed, there should be no deliverability issues with it going to spam. And then we'll click Finish. And if you go to your Manage Campaign sections, you'll see that this campaign is queued up now. Manage Tests shows you the test associated with that campaign. So this is where you'll click in to see all of your test details as it's running. So if we click View here, we'll see that this test is scheduled and showing our action summary and sending details here. Going to our dashboard, we'll see that we have one scheduled to be sent out. And from here, you can also view that test if you click View. And you'll be able to track progress as the campaign is running, and you'll be able to pull a report on the campaign once it's finished. And that is how you can successfully set up your first phishing campaign. Thanks for watching.